the cream and then everything. And we were so sick for the whole night.
Oh,
Oh, your body was not used to it. And we were
yeah.
like, that's just too much, so do it
Oh,
with care.
well, your family now. You guys you have lived in so many different places, and this show will go by. Our time goes by so fast. I wish I had like an hour with you. But anyway, so you've lived in besides Switzerland, New York and Munich and Rome and I want to say Moscow and Munich. I mean United Kingdom. So what are some places? What are some experiences that stand out in your mind?
Um, for me, it's the most impressive one was definitely Russia because I was expecting basically nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought I was punished or something. Why would I go to Russia? And actually, I found amazing people. I mean, with a big heart. It takes a while because we are so different. You can't read much of the things you see out there. So it's very, at first glance, it's very hostile for someone who can't, read and speak the language. But then once you get into it, I mean, it's there are people like everywhere, I mean, and if you're open mind and nice, you make fantastic friends, for life. That's all I can say. So it was surprising. While all the other countries, I was expecting, what I got actually, but Russia was particular, I have to say.
Thank you for sharing that. And it's a good reminder for us, all of us, to really keep an open mind and to experience new places. And I was having a good chat with the guest that we had before you, and just that really travel is just the best classroom, in terms of educating and growing and experiencing different cultures. And I remember when you were over there, because I was actually concerned about my friend Stefan. Like, what is it like over there in Moscow? Are you safe? Do you remember that? I remember messaging you. I was kind of concerned. And I think you responded back, "Oh, it's really not. It's really neat."
It's one of the cleanest country I've seen after Switzerland, to be honest with you. So
Okay.
that's one of the things you don't expect. So, but yeah, back to Switzerland, I think you touched you said it, very nicely before. It's a very neat and clean
Mm.
place. I mean, it's something that um, the people respect the place. So it's just a few of us here. So I mean, it's sort of in the DNA of the people. So they really watch for their country, and so it's really nice to be here. I mean, it's really really nice.
And you're back there, and I know that we had a little, communicating, leading up to getting organized for you to join me on this new show, and because you've been back there for how long? Have you returned to Switzerland now?
It's been a year and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
And I know you and I were talking about like how sometimes we grow up in places and we take them for granted, right? Because it's our childhood homes, it's where we grew up. Like for example, I think this is what we were chatting about. Like you grew up in Neuchatel, Switzerland, one of the most beautiful, beautiful places on the planet, and I grew up on Oahu, Hawaii, one of the most beautiful, beautiful places on the planet. But for me, it's like, oh, it's just Hawaii. It's just home. And when I thought about going to college, it's like I wanted to go somewhere on the mainland, right? I didn't want to stay in Hawaii and be, because you take some things for granted. And I think you shared with me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that was kind of you when you were much a younger man. You wanted to leave Switzerland, and because it was home, and it didn't seem that special to you when you were younger.
That's absolutely right. I think it's, I'm just thinking loud here, but I think it's just because when you're younger, I mean, this is maybe you don't look at what you have, you just think of, what you would like to have. And then I just wanted to travel. And, the place where I was coming from was, yeah, whatever, that's it. So, I mean, I did everything I could to leave Switzerland, and I did.
And you
But
did.
now, and now being back here, I feel, really, I feel, blessed. And then I can see, and this extremely, challenging situation we are all in with this COVID right now. But I mean, it was the perfect time to focus on this place because I couldn't go anywhere. And then
Right.
I was taking, my kids, we were, traveling around Switzerland. We have seen and discovered plenty. And so that's one thing I can tell you is, I mean, if anybody out there that is listening to our little chat tonight, if they want to have an experience in Switzerland, if they have questions, if they need advice, I mean, I'm absolutely available for anybody. I mean, to answer questions or to give recommendations.
Oh, that's a nice offer. Is there an email or a website that we could share with our audience? How would they reach you?
Yeah, they can reach me via the email. The one you have is absolutely fine. So that can be shared. Yes.
Okay.
No
Well, when we share about this podcast, you write up a little blog post on my website, wonderaroundtheworld.com, and we'll be sure to do that. That's a nice offer, Stephane. Thank you. And I just got the 5-minute warning. So what else have we not covered? Let's see here. So you're happy to be back in Switzerland when the COVID thing kind of settles down and life returns to normal and the travel restrictions are lifted. Do you guys have any travel plans, or you think you're just going to sit tight there for a while and just enjoy things in your own backyard?
I think we're going to take our time, and then I do not plan too much forward, but basically, yeah, I mean we'll see. When the time comes, I mean, we will make our plans. But so far, we live by the day, so we don't have much. I was thinking maybe. I can tell you a few do's and don'ts. I mean, for the people that want to come to Switzerland, if you think it's a good thing,
let's do that. Yeah, we just have a few minutes left, so that sounds like a good plan. So if we were a first-time visitor, if I was a first-time visitor to Switzerland, what should I do? What should I see? What should I avoid?
All right. So basically, first, don't never hesitate to come over. I mean, it's a good place to be, and don't stress out about the language. People speak English everywhere. I mean, you will be surprised, but it's everybody speaks English, so it's easy to come over and visit Switzerland. I will definitely use public transportation because I mean it's one thing that works extremely well in Switzerland. It's always on time. It's never late. If it's late, the next day is in the newspaper. So, I mean, it's not late. You don't have delays or whatsoever. It takes you through the mountains. You can go, you can take the train, mountain trains, the boat, the bus, whatever you choose, you will have a good experience and you can be focused on the landscape. And so that's a good thing. I suggest you prefer, B&Bs over the big and fancy hotels because that's the best way to get close to the people. And in the don'ts, I was laughing loud when I thought about this. But as an American person, do not go to the classic hamburger franchises that you have, because what you will get is like so little. And there's so much for it. So, I mean, don't do that. Don't do that. Focus on the Swiss food.
Do they still have crepe place? Are crepe place still a thing?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Stephane, this has been such a delight. I've just got the 2-minute warning, so we're going to, unfortunately, let's see here. I'll try my French. Malheureusement, on doit dire au revoir ou à la prochaine, or merci. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I really wanted you to be one of my early guests for this new podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. Thank you very much. And I think if I can give anybody if I can make people dream about Switzerland by just what we discussed today, I think it's great. It's good. So I hope it's going to work.
And I second that, because it is a dream, and I love your country, and I can't wait to get back one day. It's just truly one of the most remarkable experiences of my entire life was visiting your country that summer, I think of 1986. So thank you, my friend, and stay safe, you and your family, and I hope à la prochaine. I hope we talk again. À bientôt.
À la prochaine. À bientôt.
Okay.
Au revoir. Bye, Debbie.
Bye, Stephane. Ciao.
Thanks
Salut.
for having me.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. And everyone out there, thank you for listening to our show, Wonder Around the World. Again, if you have any comments and would like to give me some feedback, you can reach me at wonderaroundtheworld@outlook.com. I have a brand new website, wonderaroundtheworld.com, and soon we will have a Facebook page, and you can we can interact with people from around the world and continue this conversation. And I look forward to that, and I thank you all, and let's keep the wonder alive and the love in our hearts for communities all around the world. Thanks again for joining us.